Hey everybody, Cynthia here. I'm back with another card and gift card flip lid box. I did say I was going to come back and show you the set that I made for my dad, except this time this gift card box fits a large gift card, which I'll show you. But this is the cute card that I made him for his birthday, and it says, "Toucan never have too many birthdays." Now, what I did was I got this stamp set. It's Darcy's Heart and Home, and it's called Toucan Do It. And what I did was this stamp here says, "Toucan never have too many jelly beans." So I went in extremely carefully and I cut off the jelly bean sentiment so that I can still use it. But then this way I can use "Toucan never have too many" and then whatever sentiment I want to use. So I found this birthday stamp right here in this May Made It stamp set that I have. And this one, what is this one called? Beautiful. And then all I did was I drew an S on the end to create "Toucan never have too many birthdays." So I just wanted to tell you how I did that, because if you look at your stamps, you can kind of, you know, carefully cut them or use them for other things. You could just mask over this if you wanted to with a piece of washi tape instead of cutting it. I just decided to cut it. So these are the stamp sets I used. And then I also used this really pretty basket weave type embossing folder. It's called Oxford and it's from Cuttlebug. And then I used this die set here that I purchased on Amazon, and if I can find the link to this die set, I will post it below, because I know sometimes people are interested in that. Not affiliated in any way. Okay, but this is the cute card. It's a super simple card. We're going to put it together. The inside's blank, and then this is the coordinating gift card box, and then I stamped "For Your Birthday." And I think "For Your" is on here as well. Yes, "For Your," and then you can use "birthday," "For Your retirement." So I really like this stamp set too. Okay, and the Darcy's Heart, and this I got it from May Made It. And then the Darcy's, the Darcy's Heart and Home I purchased from Not Too Shabby Shop. So I'll post all the links below for you guys. Not sure if they still have these stamp sets in, but I'll post them anyway. So then it's a flip lid box, opens like this, and this fits one of those large gift cards you can buy off the rack in one of these. So you don't have to go home and try and get the gift card out and put it in another box. You can just put this one right in here, cover it up, and you're good to go. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to put the card together for you guys, and then we're going to create the gift box. So I'll set these aside. Okay, got all my stuff ready for my card, I think. The card is super simple. Okay, so this card measures 5 by 7. So what you're going to need to do is get a sheet that measures 10 by 7 inches and then score it at 5 inches and then fold it in half. Okay, the first mat that I put on measures 6 3/4 by 4 3/4. And these are just random single sheets of cardstock I have in my stash. And I have quite a few. So I couldn't even tell you what paper this is. Okay, line that up. Give yourself a nice white border there. just going to run my rag over in case I have any glue coming out. And then your second decorative piece that's going to go right on top is 6.5 by 4.5. Okay, now the dies that I used to create this part of the card here, I used the largest and the second largest of the die set. So we have this one that we're going to build a scene with, and then this one, the largest one, I ran through my embossing folder. Now, if you're not going to use a die and you kind of want to know what, the measurements are of this, because we don't all have the same things, it measures approximately 5 3/4 across, and the largest measures 3 3/4. So you could do like a 5 3/4 by 3 3/4 square if you wanted to do it that way. I originally got this die set because I want to use it to create some really pretty tags, gift tags. So you'll probably see me use this again in the Jingle Jangle series sometime, Christmas series. And I'm sure you might see it in Halloween too. Okay, so now that that's all set up, we're going to set that aside. And much like we did in the card before, we're going to use some blue ink to create the skyline in our background. And I'm using Tumbled Glass Distress ink. And where did I put my, here it is. And if y'all already know how to do this, just fast forward and get to the good stuff that you want to get to. Okay. So I'm just getting some ink on my pad, and right in the beginning I just rub lightly because I never know how much ink I actually picked up, and then I start pressing harder as I go. And you just kind of make like circular motions when I do this. Everybody has their own technique. I like to go in a circle and get it darker in some areas and lighter in others because it kind of reminds me of like clouds going through. And then I'm just gonna kind of, run it along the edges. And that looks pretty good for a background. Set that aside. Now I want to build up my mat here, but I want to put my greens down first. So I'm not too sure. I'm just going to lay my things out. And I think I'm going to take these. And these leaves actually came from the other stamps that I have. Because the Darcy's Heart and Home has a cute, it has a cute leaf here and a flower, and I did use those. Okay, but they come out kind of small. Here's the leaf, and here's the flower. So I just wanted to build up more leaves, so I decided to use this Sunny Studio stamp set called Fabulous Flamingos. And I used this one and like the two largest leaves here, and I colored those up. And I even used some of these little guys too, I think. Okay. And that way I didn't have to do tons and tons of the tiny ones. So let me find my tweezers. And I'm just going to start building my scene. building a scene isn't hard if you kind of know what you want to do. It's taking the time to sit and color all of the stamps out is what takes you some time. But I find coloring very relaxing. So if I have a lot of anxiety one day and I'm not too sure what I want to craft, I get out my stamps or my digi images and I just start playing around and coloring those, stamping them out. I even color when I watch TV with the hubby, my hubba bubba. And I'm going to put this one in the middle. Okay, so it's kind of hanging off, but not too much. And then I have 4 of these. So I think I'll put one here. And put one here. Okay, so I kind of built the bottom. Now I want to build behind it, but I'm not sure where I want everything to lay yet. So I'm going to glue him on, but I'm only going to glue his head portion on so that I'm able to kind of lift this bottom part up still and tuck in some leaves, which is exactly what I'm going to do here. I'm going to put one behind him here. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's all personal preference, what you like. I just like to try to keep it kind of balanced. Not too many on one side versus the other. So that's another reason why I like to partially glue the main image down so I can see what I'm doing. And I think I'm going to take this guy, tuck him under there, right about there. Take 2 small ones. I really did build this one up a lot, but I think he looks so cute. And let's see, I think I'm gonna want one sticking out up here somewhere. So I'll put that there. And this one I'm gonna put over here. I'm gonna add my flowers. Right about there. If I can pick it up. There we go. I think I'll put this out on the branch of his. No, I'm going to put it under. What the heck? Maybe out there. Okay, I really like the look of that, so I'm just going to lift him up a little bit and put a little glue underneath and press down. I like, you could make this completely dimensional with foam tape, but I like it a little flatter, especially if you're going to be shipping it in the mail. Just kind of saves you on some shipping costs. You know what? I don't know if we really need these, do we? What the heck? We colored them up, right? Why not? Put one here. And I don't need this flower. I'm going to set that aside. And maybe I'll put one over here. Yeah, that looks cute. What do you guys think? You look cute? Okay, now I'm going to add foam tape to create a little dimension. I just didn't want all of those leaves and flowers on foam tape, but it would look super cute if you did that too. Put a piece here and here, and I think 2 small ones on the end. There we go. Push those down good. And we're going to peel them off. And we are going to add him to the center there. That looks good. Push down. And then the 2 can never have too many birthdays. I'm going to put a piece of foam tape on that. And I think I'm going to put that right there. Okay, so our cards are complete. We're going to work on the gift box, and no worries, I've already done my image using the same tumbled glass and the same build up here. Okay, so this is already finished for us. We can just make our box. I'm going to set him on the side and get out my score board. You guys will need a scoring tool or your ruler, whatever you use to score your paper with. Okay. So for this one, you're going to need a sheet of cardstock that measures 10.5 by 7.25. You're going to line it up at the 10.5 mark. And you're going to score at 1 inch, 4 3/4, 5 3/4, and then again at 9.5. Flip it to the 7.25 mark, and you're going to score at 1 inch, flip it around to the other side, and you're going to score at 1 inch again. Fold up all of your score lines. We're going to make this box pretty much like we made our smaller gift card box in the previous video. We're going to assemble it pretty much the same way. If you haven't caught that video with the smaller gift card box, I will post a link below to it so you can make for the smaller one as well. Okay, so once all your score lines are folded up, we're going to create tabs. This is the side of our box. This is a tab, center tab, side of the box, and another tab. So you're going to cut on the score line, meet up with the next, don't cut past it, and then cut out a little triangle piece. So it should look like that. And that way it just enables you, when you fold this up, that this top piece here will be flush with this top piece here. You won't have any issues with that. So we created this tab, side of our box, cut up on the score line, cut out a little triangle piece, cut up on the score line, little triangle piece. So now we have our center tab, side of the box, and then our end tab. And we're going to flip it around, do the same thing on this side. End tab, side of the box, center tab, side of the box, and our end tab. Okay, so this is the inside of our box here. We're going to flip it around and we're going to put our mats on. This is the top of the box, this is the bottom, or whichever. These mats measure 5 1/8 by 3 5/8. And you just want to center it really well. Turn it around. 5 1/8, 3 5/8. So now we're going to cover the front of the box, the middle, and the back here. You're going to need 3 long strips, and those measure 5 1/8 by 7/8. I think the polka dot will look cute too, but I just used the brown side here. I'm really trying to use up scraps and paper that I have in my stash. I've been a paper hoarder for way too long, and I really need to make a really big dent in this paper that I have. And you know, the thing is, if you have it for too long, like years and years, you know, you want to get rid of it. You want to buy new stuff, you know, but I don't have enough room to keep buying new stuff and holding on to my old. So like I said, 5 1/8 by 7/8. My best friend is a paper hoarder too. Misha, everybody knows I'm talking about you. And yeah, we both have a paper addiction, but I think she's much worse than me. And she will tell you that herself, so I'm not saying anything bad. Okay, so then you're going to cover your sides of your box. And those, you're going to need 4 strips that measure 3 5/8 by 7/8. Yeah, her and I always joke about how much paper we have, and we just love it. We love buying it, you know. Oh, this is a cute pattern. I have to have this. But we're both really trying to use up our stash and make a dent in some of this paper. But yeah, she loves paper. Okay, turn this around. I'm thinking I should have used the polka dot side with the brown. I don't know. It's cute, right? Oh well, I'll use this side. I keep looking at it like I really like the orange in it, I think. To pull out the orange in the paper, I don't know. This was a more masculine card for my dad, so I'd use the brown. It matches well too, but okay. Now, this is what it should look like, and we're going to be folding it up. So this front part here, what you want to do before you assemble it is you want to make it easier to open the box. So what I did was I cut like a half moon out in the front here. You're going to want to do that before you glue your box together. So I just took my 1-inch circle punch, center it, and I cut out like a little half moon shape. Okay, so this will be the top part of our box. We'll start with the bottom. I'm going to add glue to this tab and glue to this tab. And we're going to fold it up, and we're going to meet it with this side. Line them up real nice like that. Push down, and then I go in with my bone folder and I press down even more to make sure that's nice and adhered there. And we're going to do the same thing to this side. Put glue on this tab, and we're going to fold this side up to meet it. And then press down really well. Okay, this is the center tabs here. We're going to add glue to both of them. And we're going to do the same thing. Fold this tab up to meet this part of the box. And push down really well with your bone folder. And same thing on this side. Put glue on your tab there and line it up with the side of the box and press. And push down. Okay, so this is going to be the top, but we're going to want to put these tabs together here. So glue, fold it up to meet this tab here, like that. Press, flip it around, and the same thing. Fold this tab up, or the side to meet the tab, and press down really well with the bone folder. And that's it. Okay, so you have that half moon there, so it can pull apart nice and easy. And then all I did was add some liquid glue to the back of my image. And let me get my tweezers. I'm going to center that real nice on the box. And voila, we are finished. I'm just going to go in and push that image down a little nicer. Okay, so there is our large gift card box and our little Toucan never have too many birthdays card. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and happy crafting.